This is Slide Into Your DMs,
the podcast about sex, love, and dating
in a digital world.
With Brian Macduffee and Maggie Mayfield.
Well, this was a fun, chaotic start. Let's talk about you, Alexa. Hi. This is your first time in the Creek and the Cave podcast studio.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm excited. It's like a back room. There's pictures. The picture of Pinocchio.
Yeah. This is a video podcast. They're like, we can see.
I know. Well,
I'm just kidding.
I was doing color commentary.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, because you can't do white-only commentary anymore. It has to be color commentary.
No, I think you could.
White only?
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
And there he comes around, Ben 2. That was my best Kentucky Derby impression. Not so good. All right.
Yeah. White-only commentary.
God, I want to do that so bad. I wanted to go to the Kentucky Derby so bad. I want to wear a huge hat and drink a mint julep and rip a ticket.
It's not that much fun.
You've been?
I've been. It's actually like what you see on TV is like where Drake and Jack Harlow hang out. That's like upper class.
I just want to feel like Julia Roberts. I want to feel like a pretty woman for 1 second.
No, yeah, you don't make enough money for that, babe. I'm sorry.
Yet,
like if we were on the Titanic, you know, that's like top deck is what you're imagining.
Don't say anymore.
That's like
I don't
Rose, you know? We're like Leo people. We're down in the slums.
Is it my sweater that has dog hair all over it? Is that what it is? It's fine.
Well, I think I've always wanted to wear like a cotillion dress, but I want the train carried by little people. Specifically the cast of Little Women Atlanta, like Miss Juicy, like them just carrying like me around, and then at my wedding too, specifically, and then just have a fan and be like, oh my Lord, it's so hot out here today.
Do you dream about having a wedding?
What?
Is that a thing that you think about?
Yeah, but I don't want to be married. I just want a wedding.
I get it.
I just want a wedding, and I want little people carrying my train. I want one of the little people dressed up exactly like me, and I want one of them dressed up like a bellhop monkey with the hat on and cymbals to wake me up in the morning and get me ready like I'm like Sleeping Beauty or something, and they're like the little woodland creatures that follow me around to make sure I'm pretty.
So you want to be like the Snow White of the circus?
Yes, basically.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, me too.
You want that too?
That sounds awesome.
He's like, I want to get married.
You just wake up.
Want a wedding.
But it has to specifically be the cast of Little Women Atlanta.
Okay.
I've never seen that. What is that? Let's pull that up.
It's like exploitation of like little people, because it's supposed to be it's supposed to like educate you on the trials and tribulations of people in the midget community. I can say that because they're short, and so it's supposed to be about their like trials, tribulations. It's on the Learning Channel. The first episode, they have a twerk contest where there's two twin midgets, and one of them is named Right Cheek and one of them is named Left Cheek.
Love that.
I will say I saw midget porn one time, and it was the wildest, most amazing thing I've ever seen. Don't look at me like that.
I have just questions, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, it was. I was like,
I get it. Did you search it, or were you just like, oh, let's see what happens?
No, I was living in a house full of dudes, and one of them was like, Maggie, check this out.
Maggie, you want to see something awesome?
Yeah, that's exactly how it went.
Can you believe?
And then you watch it, and you're like, huh, okay, yeah. I can't unsee that.
He just picked her up, twirled her around his shoulders, landed on the D.
I get the twerking though, because there's some thick.
Yeah, they are like thicker, I think, you know, genetically.
It's amazing.
They are. They got them ham hogs.
They do.
I just want to eat that ass like a rack of ribs. Like the one is literally named Miss Juicy. You've seen her. Like there's memes of her, you know, and she sings it. She's like, Miss Juicy, baby, you know, and one of them died in a car accident.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Probably couldn't see.
Damn.
Yeah. Lifespan was short.
Do you hate yourself a little for that joke?
I do. Like, oh my God. Like look at that. Like that is
she just looks short.
Yeah, she doesn't look like a.
I think she's just a short lady trying to exploit midgets so she can be on TV.
Well, like that face of her in the purple shirt, that is my face when a guy wants me to top him and he has not cleaned his tushy before, and that's my facial expression. Like,
whoa.
Like you don't want to, but you're thinking about it?
No, just like you really came up in here on this day and are having lava cakes because straight men have like dirty tushies. Like they have dirty tushies, and I used to like that because like I used to like really masculine guys, you know, where it looks like they don't wipe their butt completely because that would make them gay. So I used to like specifically like guys with dirty tushies, but sometimes
How do you ask that on your app? Like, how do you find that out?
Baby wipes or toilet paper?
well you can tell.
Okay.
You could tell. Typically, if they have a beard, there's going to be some peanut butter in a shag carpet.
Wait, looking at me, what do you think?
Peanut butter in a shag carpet.
You're 100% right,
We don't have health care, Brian.
Yeah.
I'd say I nailed it. I'm not one of those people. I think it's weird when people wipe and then they're like, let's see if it's gone. So they look. I'm like, oh, you're looking at poop? It's weird to me.
I sometimes,
Never have children. Yeah.
No, but
I
that's
sometimes
different. They can't help
stand
themselves.
up after I use the bathroom and I look at how much is in there to see how much weight I lost.
That's fair.
Every time?
Every time.
Like you got a scale right there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, 3 pounds skinnier.
Yeah, you know, oh my God, yeah.
It's never that much.
Well, sometimes I'll take laxatives because this throat game too strong to be bulimic.
Wait, what?
I can't make myself throw up because, you know, I've abused this gag reflex, so
Got it,
I have
okay.
I have to laxatives.
Okay, got it.
It's the best weight loss
But
secret.
but you're throwing up by choice.
Oh, Mama,
No, no,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You
You don't
know.
like food? You're not a food person?
I'm well. I have this thing. I was telling one of my employees this at my place of employment. They were like, "Oh, so like you know, you do a lot. How are you not stressed?" And I was like, "Well, sometimes I'll buy a lot of unhealthy food, and then I'll eat a lot of unhealthy food, and then I feel guilty about it. So I'll go on a treadmill for 3 hours at night, or I won't eat for a week
interesting.
afterwards."
Yeah.
And they were like, "That classifies as a disorder."
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, disorder of a small dress because I'm thin, you know?
Is that important to you?
I have to be thin because I have bad teeth.
Okay.
You can have one. You can have messed up teeth or you can be big. You cannot be both or you will never be married. That's what my mom has always said. People either have gingivitis or the disease of the fork in the mouth. And my mom used to say that when she was on a treadmill when I was younger back in Cleveland, Ohio. She'd be drinking a Corona, smoking a Virginia Slim, and she'd be on the treadmill.
On a treadmill.
Yeah.
She called my one friend. She was like, "Oh, she looks like Little Orca."
Hell yeah. There we go.
and she would say that. She would be like, "You know, your one friend looks like Little Orca, and then you're friends with the gay Arabian guy. His name was Zishan Hussein." And she,
Your mom sounds like a hoot.
Yeah.
dude, she called him Osama bin Fagan.
Wow.
she had mean nicknames for all my friends growing up because she didn't like any of them.
Okay.
There was Goth Girl. I dated a girl for a little bit. Her name was Sarah Givens. I'm skinnier than her now.
Is that
Is that a flex?
Yeah.
Like in your eyes, you're like,
Well, no,
"God, what's up, Sarah?
okay,
Didn't break my heart. Gotcha.
No, so this is like the most trans breakup story on the planet. So she broke up with me for this guy named Sebastian. He had a mohawk. And he had a ton of MySpace friends. He was kind of like MySpace famous. And so she broke up with me for him because, you know, he wanted to go behind the church at night and smoke marijuana with Bible pages. And I just wanted to do math homework. So she didn't think I was like extreme enough. So anyway, fast forward, he cheats on her to sleep with me 5 years later.
they were together 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
When can we talk about this? Your
Yes.
transition?
Yes.
It's okay to ask about that?
Yes, ask anything.
How old were you when you started to do that?
Like when I started pills or when I started wearing like weave and makeup, because MySpace was a time when gender, you know, was like the wall. It wasn't working very well, and you know, just things were getting through or whatever. But I wore weave in like 10th grade, and then I
Okay.
started pills at 18 because that's when you're allowed to do it in Ohio.
Yeah, so you were really young. Like you
Yeah,
knew. Yeah.
yeah, I knew. Like I was trying on. Like I used to wear my mom's dresses. You know, I would like hide in the back of her closet, you know, metaphorically and figuratively, but
Yeah.
also literally.
Yeah.
And I would put on her, it was this green velvet dress, and I would always wear it, and I would imagine myself accepting an Academy Award.
God, I did the
and
same
and I had the Jamie Lee Jamie Lee Curtis haircut, you know, and then that just made me want to promote gut health. Activia and be
Oh.
thin like that. So, but yeah, then I started pills when I was 18, and no one accepted me in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio.
Imagine that.
So I went to a trailer park in Worcester, Ohio, which is kind of the Amish country, and I dated this guy named Charles, and he sold methamphetamine. But like I was in love with him, and he was like the only person that accepted me. And so he was like, "Oh, you don't drink and you don't smoke cigarettes. You're kind of boring." And I was like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And he was like, "If you do this with me, it means you love me, because I can share this part of myself with you that I can't share with other people." And so we're in the trailer park, and he just sticks a needle in my arm.
Oh my
and that
God.
is like the first time I ever felt love or connection or anything in my life. So then I got on heroin for like a little bit, and then I started dating this guy named Alex, who always came into the gas station I worked at, third shift. He always asked to use the bathroom. I thought he had a bad bladder, but it turns out he was shooting up in the bathroom. So then we started shooting up together, and I started boosting from Walmart and robbing Walmart for things and then selling the things back to get the gift cards. And after we broke up, then I started dating this other drug dealer, and then I got on crack.
That's the
So you
upgrade.
I was gonna say, man, you started hard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like
He just put the needle in your arm?
yeah.
Well, yeah, he turned it over. It was like, flip it, dip it, sip it like a Mio, add a little, add a lot, enhance your flavor your way.
So how did you leave that relationship? Because obviously
A
you were
car.
living together.
Okay.
You didn't tell him. You just like disappeared.
Oh, so he broke up. All the drug dealers always broke up with me.
Wow.
Yeah, like he broke up with me, and actually, like it's kind of messed up because afterwards he was like bragging to people. He was like, "Oh, I got her hooked on drugs," and like making jokes about it and stuff, which is kind of
Fucked up.
Satanic.
messed up. He used me to figure himself out because now he dates men.
Nice,
So
nice.
I just am kind of
You're like, good luck, Chuck.
Well, here's the thing now. I just feel a lot better, and I have forgiven him because I know he's going to hell for being a faggot. And
Hell yeah.
but like because I'm trannies for Trump. I'm a Christian, and but it was such a long journey to try and get out of that. It eventually was I was dating a meth dealer, and like it was like the most white trash like Casanova ending you could think of. Because, he thought I was like stealing from him, but I was in love with him. But meth makes you paranoid. So he choke slams me through a table. And he's like, "You're not the nice girl I thought you were." And I was like, "The first time I met you, we smoked fentanyl and meth out of a light bulb. Like, that's not nice girl stuff." Like, that just does not seem like, it's like, "You're not the nice
Yeah, it
girl
wasn't
I
a
thought
fucking
you."
picnic.
Right.
It's like when I saw you smoking meth at a gas station, eating a Twix, wearing only a pair of panties and a T-shirt with a Confederate flag on it, I thought you were going to be the nice girl that I could bring home to mother, but unfortunately you're not. So I decided to get sober so he would stay with me because I wanted to be the nice girl that he imagined me as. And then he ghosted me in rehab. But I'm not even sure if he was real.
Okay. How long have you been sober?
Wait, what? We're skipping over that? What do you mean you don't know if he's real?
Well, okay, well, like,
Is that the meth psychosis?
have you ever had sex with demons?
No. I try not to.
No, but like,
that terrifies me.
but like on meth, it was a pretty like known thing. Like looking back, like I thought they would be threesomes, and there was only one person there. Like there were a couple times I was having full on conversations with people that were turned out to not be there. So I did creep on his Facebook though. So I'm pretty sure he was real.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then sober 6 years.
So that was a relationship that made you get clean.
Yeah, when you're having sex with the devil and like shadow people on the wall, and at that point you're just like, is my life really going well?
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah, there's like flames around the guy that's fucking you, and you're like, I think I like this. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, there's that, and then also like when you accidentally smoke your tooth thinking it's a piece of crack, that's probably a time to like get out.
To look, to start to reflect.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I lost a part of me, literally and figuratively, and
Literally.
Wow.
some sober 6 years. I got sober through steps,
The 12 steps?
aerobics.
Okay.
And I just love Zumba so much. No, I got sober in rehab.
Is that true?
That's
No.
like your new crack? Oh, okay.
No,
I was
I
really
love
like,
Zumba though. I do.
Okay.
That's a good part of my program because I'm not the meditation person. Because some people, like, I met a guy and he was like, I need to meditate every time I get stressed out. And I was surprised that I was the person that wanted a vagina at that rate because that is some pussy behavior.
Yeah.
And I can't. I just can't sit still long enough to meditate. Like, you could probably tell talking to me, like, my brain just jumps all over the place. So I have to do, like, dance and stuff or, like, aerobics or some type of moving meditation.
Yeah.
But I got sober in the 12-step program. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I go to meetings somewhat now, but I don't like really believe in the tenets of it. Like, for instance, when I was in the sober house, these people, they posted a meme on Facebook. There was a whole group cyberbullying me because this guy hit on me. And he was like, if you can't tell the difference between delivery and DiGiorno, you've probably been tricked by a tranny. And my face was photoshopped onto a pizza. And there were 50 comments bashing me.
you didn't laugh a little bit, though?
No, I did pee on their grave when they overdosed, though.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm curious about this because you have great titties.
Yes.
Right? You still got a wiener?
I do.
Yeah.
It's 5 inches flaccid, 6 inches hard.
I like how you know the stats
I
in case
know.
you got to send it, you know?
It's currently covered in duct tape, so it might be a little bit red right now, but I am sitting on it currently.
You duct tape it every day?
Only on special occasions, and I feel like I'm booked on a show tonight, so I just wanted to make sure it doesn't pop out.
Creep out. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you know, like one time I was bending over in a Walmart, and this was in Ohio. And in Ohio, we have Amish people. So I'm in the Walmart. I'm bending over to pick something up. Specifically, it was suntan lotion because I wanted to go to Lake Erie.
And that's at the bottom.
Yeah, so I'm picking it up. This little Amish boy was like, why she got gum on the back of her shorts? It was my balls. So, like, you would not believe how many times, like, my balls are just, like, popping out of the back of shorts.
Oh man, what a
Okay,
life!
wait, hold on. How do you have to like tape those too?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, so, like,
I don't have
Like,
them.
yeah, do you make like a duct tape, like diaper?
no, okay,
Do
so.
you just like duct tape it down?
So what happens is it's kind of like Israel and Palestine. You've got two parts. You divide them with the long piece.
Got it.
And then you make sure they both stay in their space or there's trouble.
Oh, you gotta like you
Okay.
separate.
Well, you gotta think what happens when a guy gets cold. Like if you stand outside, your balls go into those pockets. So you use your scrotum to separate it, and then you push them up inside you, and you duct tape
That
them.
doesn't hurt.
What?
That doesn't hurt.
It hurts so good.
Hell yeah!
hurts.
It's like it's like the Da Vinci Code. You're just like hitting yourself. Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm like mea culpa, mea culpa.
You never thought about it might be easier just to like push the wiener in and then duct tape instead of like strapping down.
What?
Well, okay, so my uncle, like, he came up to me one time, and I was 13, and I was hanging out with a lady friend, the one who I'm skinnier than, and not currently, I wasn't at that time. No, actually, I probably was.
I like how it's a competition to you.
But my uncle just comes up to me, and unprompted, he was drunk, and he had done cocaine, and he was like, if you ever want to hide your dick, if you got a boner, put it up in the strap of your boxes and no one will be able to notice at all. And then he walked away.
Hell yeah.
He was real, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that your mom and your uncle are the same person.
They are.
You know?
Yeah.
They are. That's just, I think it's because everyone in my family did like a ridiculous amount of cocaine and drank a lot. So
Yeah.
in my head, they're all Miss Big Head.
Are you thinking about fully transitioning? Are you happy where you're at?
I'm never happy where I'm at.
Fair.
I'm gonna leave. No, it's $20,000 and the surgery's not that good.
It's not that good. What do you mean?
Well, one, okay, you have to think about 20 grand. It could be upwards of 100 grand if you want a nice one, because a lot of them look like crap. You have to get revisions on it. Like Jazz Jennings, do you remember her? The Learning Channel. She was the young trans person. Hers fell out.
Wait.
Fell out
wait.
or fell off?
Wait, what fell out? Like
Her vagina, it fell out.
well, hold on. So Jazz was at one point
Wait,
a man,
we pull it up real quick?
and then transitioned into a woman. Is that who
Yeah,
that is? Okay, because
yeah,
I don't
she
know
was-
who that is. And so then the vagina fell out.
Yeah, because they cut it in half and invert it inside you. And she's
Hey,
just
Jazz who?
Jennings.
Jazz Jennings. All right, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, but like, a vagina fell out.
It prolapsed.
Yeah. It's like it was like a slinky,
It's like that happened to my friend's dog, and that was wild.
Yeah, and it's like that happens like sometimes if it's not done right. And also she got big.
Big, like
She-
overweight.
Yeah,
Or
you
what-
gain a
okay.
lot of weight if you get the surgery because I mean
What?
your hormones are all messed up and stuff. It's a really serious surgery. Like I don't think anyone should get it where it is currently.
Wow. Austin is like a hub for that in the country for those surgeries.
Must be nice to have money. It's 20 grand like for a cheap one.
I had no idea.
I want my face done.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like trimmed?
Yeah. What do you want to get done?
Oh, well, I want my jaw shaved down. I want my nose shaved down. I want my brow bone shaved down. I want my forehead rounded out. I want
And how much would that
fillers in
cost?
my cheeks. 13,000 in Dallas.
Why wouldn't you do teeth? And I say that with love because that you said that.
Killed it.
That was the first thing.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Because then you can age gracefully, right? And I say that because $13,000 to invest in your face, you're still going to have to do that again. It's not like a one and done. It's going to be maintenance over time. But you take care of your teeth, and that's it. I mean, yeah, you go in for your checkups. Have you thought about that?
Well, one's covered by insurance, one's not covered by insurance. So theoretically, I could get my teeth done in steps and have that covered by insurance. So when I think of like saving money for something, I think more of my face.
Okay.
Because insurance is not going to pay that. My teeth insurance will pay
Okay.
if I do it in steps.
Okay.
I don't think you have a bad face.
I don't think so either.
I think you got a pretty good face.
Well,
Same.
Well, honestly, everyone looks the same face down in a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's dark, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because like trans people, I mean, dating options are so slim. It's like In-N-Out Burger. Regular women have Jack in the Box. There's so many things on the menu. I have like 4 things and they're all going to give me diarrhea.
Oh man, but In-N-Out's so much better than Jack in the Box.
I don't think so.
So much better.
It's so much better.
I don't like In-N-Out.
Jack in the Box should burn down. I hate Jack in the
I
Box.
like their egg rolls.
I've eaten too much Jack in the Box in my day.
The same.
Well, I think it's being from Ohio, like it's still new to me. Like
In-N-Out's still new.
both of them.
What?
We don't
Do
have.
you have Culver's? Is that what you had in Ohio? Nope, that's a Wisconsin thing. Got it. Cool.
How does dating go for you? Are you like Are
Terrible.
you successful or is it hard? It's so hard.
Oh my god, I can't find any. No one wants to be seen in public with me.
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped doing blackface on dates. No, but no.
How do you find them? Like dating apps or
Dating apps, because then I don't have to have the conversation. Because someone hits me in a bar, like, you're never sure if like they know what they're getting into. Like I had the most, I went on a company trip to Vegas where we had a sales conference, and I had the most erotic experience there.
Go on.
The install manager from one of the offices, he's gambling, and I walk by, and he grabs my ass and says, "You're my good luck charm," unprompted. And I heard him like making fun of gay people earlier that day, and he made some pretty like toxic comments about other people. So I was like, oh my god, I'm turned on. He's a real American dude.
Yeah.
So like
He probably has kids and a wife.
probably like he grabbed my tushy. And, then he's like trying to get money out of the ATM. And I was like, okay, he has to know I'm trans. But it took him 25 tries to get money out of the ATM. He was that drunk. So I was like, oh, he might just be stupid.
We're just
Were you
drunk.
like, were you gonna hook up with him?
Well, we made out passionately in front of my coworkers because I think subconsciously I want to get fired. I hate my job.
That's fair. Yeah.
So like we're making out and stuff, and then like a woman, I was more like a teenage gay boy. I said, "I gotta go to the bathroom," because I didn't want it to go further, so I snuck up to my room after that. But it was pretty hot. But I don't know if he knew. Or
Yeah.
not, because he also almost got tricked by a prostitute who thought because in Vegas they're like
Yeah, they're very.
yeah, and he was like, I think she just likes my personality, and I was like, no, she doesn't.
He is stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's stupid.
Yeah.
So what app have you found to be successful for you?
Okay, so I'm banned from Tinder.
Okay.
Nice. Wait, tell us why
yeah.
first.
Okay, so this guy was like, hey, I would never date a trans woman, and I said, I wish AIDS had wiped you people out in the 80s like God intended.
You said that?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I got banned for hate speech. I did.
How did you match with that person? Like, they clearly had to swipe on you. So I hope that guy got banned too, because that's not cool.
I like how he acted like a bitch and was like, I'm going to report her.
I know, right?
She got me. She hurt my
Yeah.
feelings. I'm going to report her.
It's like he was like I'll sleep with a trans woman, I wouldn't date one. And I was like, well, if you live in sin, you burn in hell. And if you're like going around having sex outside of marriage with trans women, the male G spot located in the asshole.
Real quick, I like how we go to, we're talking sins here right now. There's like 8 sins happening, and you're like, let's talk about the sins of what's happening. There's a lot, babe. There's a lot.
Like sins of the body, part 72. I didn't know he would fist me. And
Exactly. I think that's like 3. We're just gonna mark 3 for that.
so I told him he was going to hell for AIDS, and then I also
It's fucking hilarious.
I'm on my 4th Bumble profile. The first time I got banned for selling goods and services.
Oh.
Which apparently you cannot do on Bumble.
When you're on these apps, are you searching for men exclusively?
I'm searching for men with low standards.
Nice.
It's like men seeking elderly, grizzled cross-dresser, sundown time of life, fake teeth. I won't wear my prosthetic leg on the first hookup. And I have a duct taped hole in my bathroom door, so come in and shove your willy through it, and I will suck it to completion. And with a sign outside that says Jiffy Lube.
I like that when people come over, they look at your door and they go, why is there a hole in the middle of it?
Yeah, glory hole. Never a glorious
I like that
experience.
you
To
have it in
your
your
own, yeah.
apartment.
No, you would not believe how many people put glory holes in their apartment.
Really?
Yeah, I knew a lot of people. I knew a lot of like homosexuals who would do meth, and they would just open a glory hole, like back in my meth days. The gay guy, he had a glory hole in his door. Back to that picture I was talking about. He had sad clowns all over his house. Me and my boyfriend went to sell meth. Imagine, elderly gay man, portraits of sad clowns everywhere, and just a glory hole
That's
in the bathroom.
creepy. That's so creepy.
I want to see the guys that get sucked there. Like, I wish they had videos. Like, that's my favorite porno. Like, my favorite porno is when you can tell the guy is actually identifies as straight, but I think he's a homosexual. But and they don't know they're being filmed. And they think it's just they're getting their willy sucked on Grindr. But bam, they're starring in.
You're on Pornhub.
Yeah, you're on. That's. I only watch it if I don't think the guy knew.
Huh. That's like your thing, huh?
Well, yeah, because I think so many guys like people who identify as straight, I think they use the LGBT community as sexual tourism. So I kind of think it's their comeuppance.
Can you talk about that more? Sexual tourism? I've never heard that phrase.
Also, real quick, can I say this about walking into the glory hole house with sad clowns everywhere? As soon as I met that guy on Craigslist and I walked into the house and I seen there were sad clowns everywhere, I'd be like, this is a sting. You know?
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to get me.
For
This is
sure.
not normal.
Yeah.
So he's going to bite it off.
Jeffrey Dahmer lives
He's going
there.
to eat it later
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, medicinally or recreationally.
Whatever do you like? I don't have a wiener anymore. You know? You know? It's not mine anymore. You now have it. You know?
Yeah, like well, one time I used to listen to opera when I would have sex with people.
That's
Specifically,
the scariest fucking thing I've ever heard of. That's terrifying.
specifically Gregorian chants. You know, so like they would
No, I
just
don't.
walk in.
That
Yeah, I
sounds
was like,
terrifying.
you just spat that out like we knew what it was. It's not like Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
No, like you know,
It's like Halo music, Brian.
Oh snap!
Like,
You mean the game that's like you can't play at nighttime because it's scary?
yeah.
Can we talk about sexual tourism?
Yeah.
That phrase is so fascinating, and I want to know what that means.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it's like you're just like, you know, entering the community, but you're not adding anything to it, you're just taking from it.
You think that's what tourism is?
Yeah.
You're not adding anything? I mean, like you're bringing money and
But they're not bringing money, that's the problem.
there's no resources, nothing that's being brought.
Yeah, it's like it's like what are you bringing to the community?
So it's just like
Reginald.
it's like a drive by.
Well, yeah, it's because it's like a lot of times, and men are very explicit about this, they think the homosexuals they think like, oh, with a woman, I have to take her on a date, you know, I have to like work hard, I have to pretend to be interested. They're just like, no, I just see some faggot, and I'm just going to shove my dick in their mouth, and then I'm going to blow my load, and they're just going to love it because they're a sissy fag. And I just don't, you know, I did that a lot in my 20s, like a lot of guys who were like that, like I blew through a lot of people, you know, a lot.
It's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, like one time I was crying and my cousin like walked by, you know, and I was like, I've been through a lot. My cousin was like, of dicks. And, you know, it's like, it was,
Thanks, cuz.
Isn't that always
yeah.
fun though? You know?
dude, my cousin, I've blown so many random strangers in my cousin's house. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Is it for like drugs or money or
Well,
for funsies?
Here's
or...
the thing. I think I would not be single if I was on drugs still. Because how horny guys act on dating websites, I had to be high to put up with it. Because when I was on drugs, I was hornier, you know, than anything. You know, I just wanted to get it in. Now it's like every time someone's like, I want to have sex, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to clean my living room.
Is it hard for you to make female friends?
Yeah, cause it's like sometimes I get jealous of them.
You do?
I do.
Oh, that's so interesting. What do you mean?
Well, it's like, you know, because I'll see how guys treat them. Like they're like, oh my god, this guy sucked. He took me to Applebee's on the first date, and I'm just like, I got taken to a fucking gas station. And I got left there.
Oh my God.
5 times. I've been left at a gas station 5 times
No,
on dates.
5 times?
5 times.
Why do you get out of the car?
Well, here's a,
Don't get out of the car.
okay. The most recent time, last time I went back to Ohio, it was my fault because I hung out with the guy and we went to the gas station after we finished, and he was like, "Hey, I have to FaceTime my wife. She's paranoid that I'm cheating on her." And
Crazy bitch.
and I was like, what would make her think that? Like,
Yeah.
clearly you're not cheating on her.
Yeah.
So I got out of the car, and then he sped off, and I called my cousin, and he was like, "Again." That's the reaction I have when I tell anyone in my family I got left at the gas station. So yeah, so I get jealous of like some like female friendships that I have. You know, also the look thing, because I have to try so much harder to look decent. You know, like there's just so much like work that comes into this.
How long does it normally take?
Like today was about 30 minutes. I look like shit today. But like normally like it just takes so much work. It's so expensive.
Is it? What do you mean? Why is it expensive?
Well, surgery, laser hair removal, fillers.
Okay. Oh, you do fillers?
I do.
God, I want to do it so bad.
Mine are like kind of wearing off. I need to get my fillers done again.
Yeah, I want to do it so bad.
What are fillers?
I inject stuff in my lips and my cheeks.
You don't do it yourself, do you?
No, I see.
Okay.
I go to a pizza shop with Hillary Clinton, and she injects the blood of virginal children into my face.
No, you're laughing. I've been there. I bought a baby there.
Yeah, like guess how old I am?
I'm gonna say 32.
605.
Stop it.
You really did fuck a demon, huh?
I did. No, I'm 29. So you guessed older. So
I feel bad.
I clearly need work
Sorry.
done now.
So sorry.
I'm gonna suck dick for money tonight, and the entire time I'll be like, if this guy didn't call me old, I wouldn't have to be doing this. My best friend, she's
Look, babe,
43.
I'm just trying to help the male community. All right, I feel like that's what I'm doing. Someone's getting their dick sucked tonight. All right.
Dude, me and all my friends are prostitutes.
Wait, like really?
Wait, what?
I typically only have sex if I get something out of it because I don't like sex that much.
What's the best thing you've gotten?
$500. Some guy paid my rent last month.
That's great.
Yeah, it's like nice. I do the webcam thing. My best friend, I love her. Her name's Melissa, and she would be okay with me using her name. But she throws neck for cat food. She puts on her Tinder profile she needs a Walmart sugar daddy. So she has 7 cats in a 1-bedroom apartment in Cleveland,
I don't know
Ohio.
why you don't tell her to swipe right on me. I feel like
Yeah.
I've swiped right on that girl before.
You do a joke about this on stage.
I do, but I talked to her today, and she's at a home and garden show, and she's like, so I saw this guy, and he wanted his wiener warmed, so I went to the bathroom and warmed his wiener, and he gave me a package of Clorox wipes, paper towels, and he bought me two of the big bags of Fancy Beast.
Stop it.
She did. She called me this morning to
Set
let
the
me know.
bar low.
She doesn't eat it, does she?
No, she has 7 cats in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Man, that's crazy. Sucking dick to feed your cats. That's wild.
Yeah, that's Cleveland.
I don't even know if Catwoman would do
Cleveland
that.
rocks.
Like if someone said they suck dick for cat food and they said they were from anywhere but Cleveland, I feel like they'd be like, oh, that's sad. In Cleveland, you're just like, that's normal.
Just normal. You're just accepted.
Man.
Like this guy I went to school with, I know everyone in Cleveland is crazy. Like this guy I was friends with in grade school, he just got a life sentence for killing a gay Asian hairdresser with a samurai sword on Christmas Day while high on meth.
You got a bad haircut or what?
No, he was robbing him because the gay Asian hairdresser was also selling meth and killed it. And the judge at this trial was the best judge ever because he knew the media was there. And there was no black people involved in this trial. And unprompted, he was like, well, gay people and the blacks are like the sprinkles on the Sunday that is Cleveland, Ohio. And they add the spice and flavor to this city that everyone loves, and that's why people love Cleveland. Unprompted. There was no gay people, there was no black people involved in the trial.
What?
Unprompted, he went on a rant about black people, gay people, adding spice to Cleveland, Ohio.
He smokes meth, right?
With the judge?
No, the judge is the one that
The
said
judge said that?
No, the judge said that because
Oh,
there was
nice.
media there. He just went on this stump speech about protecting the gay and black community in Cleveland.
And what did you think of it? Were you mad or were you like, cool?
Well, I just found out on the phone 2 days ago
Oh, so
because
it
my
just
friend.
happened. Okay.
Yeah, he just got life sentence.
Got it.
Yeah, they were going to give him the death penalty, which I think they should have given him the death penalty. To be quite honest.
I'm so curious why you chose Austin over New York or San Francisco. Why did you come here? For comedy? Is it for comedy?
No, my day job transferred me.
Okay. Oh, you just looked at me like that was a really offensive question.
Well, it's like, listen, I saw a black person on the street in Austin the other day. I was like, why didn't you go to Chicago or Oakland? Isn't that the city you people
I
are
get
more
what she's
welcome?
saying, though. It's like there's more
I'm
of a
sorry.
culture.
Yeah, there's a highly established culture. That's it. Not that it's not here because it is growing, but I didn't know that.
Oh, no, my work just transferred me here.
Yeah. And then serendipitously, it's also like comedy mecca.
Well, I had the choice between here and Dallas.
Okay.
I should have went to Dallas.
Why?
I like country guys. Like no guy here is sweeping me off my feet, picking me up in the back of a pickup truck. None of that. I go into Austin and I'm just like, all of you men talk about your feelings way too much. And you're all a bunch of Nancy boys that, need to watch Andrew Tate or do something to become real men because I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. There's a lot of feelings in Austin. It is.
It's just making me laugh that you're like telling dudes, you're like, be real men, you know?
They need to.
You know, that's what I like.
They need to because they're not real.
Oh, I
men.
agree. I am a pussy.
Like-
I 100% agree.
Like one of my employees, he was like, he was like, I can't come into work. My girlfriend broke up with me. I was like, my boyfriend died of a heroin overdose, and I still came in to do my job, and I got 5 sales that day. So how about you have a cup of man the fuck up? Because guess what? Your girlfriend still won't like you when you get off work. She didn't like you before work. Not going to work's not gonna make you any more dateable.
He just wants to
Is
play
he like? I was gonna
PlayStation.
say, is he a young person? Like really young?
I don't know. Is he one of those young people that I saw? I think, I think he's one of those young people that he put on the TikTok video, and I was just like, oh, my knees are getting wobbly.
Yeah.
No,
the
he
young
was
people.
25, so he's like, I'm like not much older than him, like 25.
Oh, okay.
That's like the start of not being young. It's 25, you know?
I guess.
Yeah.
Is there's so much talk about like the trans community, especially in comedy right now. Is there something that you wish that people knew about?
Burn them to the ground. Put them in camps.
Put who in camp?
Trans people. Execute. Death sentence. Public shaming. Hate them. No, okay, so... no.
Thought we were watching the Hunger Games
know, I
for
was
a
like,
minute. You know?
Well, here's the thing. I think the trans community would do a lot better if they focused less on the abstract and focused on how to cover a beard with makeup. That would improve their lives. No,
What do you mean the abstract? What does
No,
that
I don't
mean?
think you're
Yeah.
wrong. I think you're right on that.
Well, here's the thing. When I first transitioned back, in my day, it was 10 years ago, and I used to walk up to the grocery store and I had heels on, and people just threw things at me, and then we chopped our dick off with a cleaver, and if we didn't bleed out, honey, you were a woman. But no,
If you lived, yeah.
but no, 10 years ago, we I feel like we talked about important things as like the trans community. We were like, hey, if you're people should openly date us, and it's not something to be ashamed of. We just wanted to be treated like normal people.
Yeah.
Hey, insurance should cover some of these expenses, because we have the mental illness of gender dysphoria. And people understood that because it makes sense. 0.001% of the population has this mental illness that needs to be treated. And the current medical treatment for that is transition. Now it's this fad that people are using because as a society we've faced alienation because we're in this late stage and gilded age where people don't feel connected to anything. They don't feel connected to the church. They don't feel connected to the family. And they've realized through the pandemic and through the economic crash of 2008 and all of these other things that they can't find meaning in their work anymore. So people are looking towards these things to be able to find meaning in. And unfortunately, the wrong people are finding meaning in this trans thing. And I don't think a lot of them will be trans in 5 years. And I think the minute it becomes inconvenient for those people to be trans, they're going to take it off because it has always been a costume. But that 0.001% of the population that actually has this mental illness that I would not wish on anyone else, they're going to be left holding the bag, and none of our needs are met because we're busy caring about the needs of these people who are just trying on identities because as a society, we've taken away the roles for everyone. Men used to be the provider, women used to stay at home. Then they legalized gay marriage. And after they legalized gay marriage, then we kind of broke down as a society the structure that America was founded on. And since people don't have these meanings anymore, they're just kind of globbing on to whatever they can, whether that be fascism, socialism, transgender ideology. And they're globbing onto these things because we have failed as a nation to create meaning for young people. And unfortunately, I think in the next 50 years, we're going to see the brunt of that.
That's really refreshing to hear from you. I don't disagree with that point of view,
I don't
but
think
as
you're
a
wrong, actually.
yeah,
I think you're right.
As a straight white person, woman, like I can't vocalize that. You know what I mean? And so how as an ally, I like you, Alexa. I've always liked you, and I've always wanted to work with you, and I like your comedy. So as a person who is your friend, like how does someone like me best support you when we're talking about trans, when we're talking about this.
It's like it's like, people just want to be treated like everyone else. And I think that's where like the trans community has lost it, because now they don't want to be treated like everyone else. They want to be treated better than everyone else, because a lot of these people are sad sacks of shit that no one would have cared about anyway, and they have nothing remarkable about them. So they're globbing onto this thing, and in my opinion, it's offensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's the equivalent of if I wasn't getting enough attention that I just started. They're doing trans face. That's what they're doing. They're doing trans face. And I just think it's so offensive, because the conversation used to be, hey, maybe my insurance should cover some of these transition expenses if you go through therapy and, some doctors agree that you have gender dysphoria and that is the best course of action for you. Your insurance should cover it.
Yeah.
Now, no one talks about that anymore. I'm left paying out of pocket for everything. And these people who are like, who need their needs met don't even have gender dysphoria. So I'm like, why are you transitioning then? What's the point? Like, the only reason I did this is because I would have killed myself otherwise.
Right.
Or unalived myself, depending on what platform this is going on. I would have unalived myself.
No, we go with killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're big suicide people.
Thank you for sharing all that. Thank you.
Yeah.
How is there a way to tell the difference between someone that's like putting on trans face versus someone that does have gender dysphoria?
Real trans people float, so if you tie them up and throw them in water. Real trans people. I think we just need a witch trials of it. The trans trials. Just take trans people, tie them up.
Yeah.
If they throw them in the water, if they float, they're a real trans person. It will send an apology letter to their family.
Yeah, if you burn them at the cross and they don't scream, oh, look at that, they were a trans person.
Yeah, and then you just send a bread basket, hopefully. With artisanal cheeses, possibly, maybe some wine, and you just send it to the family afterwards.
Yeah, this will make you feel better.
Yeah, it's like, I know this won't make up for what you lost.
Yeah, these are from France.
Yeah,
Good cheeses.
yeah. I don't know. I think there's just one message that I personally think the trans community needs, and that's making a website has never been easier than with Squarespace. It's click, drag, drop, that simple.
I love that. Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask?
I feel like I'm just trying to take in all the knowledge, I do feel like the perspective, like the things you have said have like been kind of eye-opening a little bit, because it is such a big ordeal. Like the whole trans thing is such like a big thing, at least in America right now. And I think some of your message was very correct, very spot on.
Well, yeah, it's like, because what happened is, and like, this is the last thing I'll say about the trans community, but no, I think people need to be divided right now, because they realize that you can't have a good standard of living anymore. You're having to work increasingly hard. People have become nihilistic. And the only way to keep the working class divided is these wedge issues that the rich blow out of proportion, because they realize, once people realize how much they're getting screwed, they're going to unite, and they don't want that. So they just divide it with these stupid wedge issues that no one really cares about.
Alexa Irizarry, everybody.
Yeah.
You are a phenomenal comedian and one of my favorites to
You are
watch
very
here
funny.
in
You are
Austin,
funny.
Texas. Yes. And if you haven't seen her, how do we find you on your shows and what you're up to?
Yeah, Alexa Irizarry comedy on Instagram. I post all the flyers. I'm not sure when this is coming out. I'm on Delilah's front porch tonight, and I'm on Shakespeare's on Sunday. But I post the flyers on my Instagram,
Perfect.
on the gram.
We'll be on the lookout. Thank you so much for listening. My name's been Maggie Mayfield.
I'm Brian Macduffee.
Thank you, Brandon Legendre, for being the best producer ever. And you can follow us on Instagram as well at SlideInPod. Thank you for watching.
You really do have great boobs.
Thank you.
Yeah.